Hi. Thank you for attending today's reading. Let's begin. In my military uniform. I bought cigarettes while I was underage. This happened a while back. Not too crazy. But when I think about it, I realize how stupid I was for my bashfulness lol. A few years ago, around December, I had enlisted into the Army National Guard. When I enlisted, I had recently turned 17. So I guess you could say I joined as early as I could. While in the Guard, I attended these monthly drills, training events, in order to strengthen my body, and learn lots of useful information before I would be sent to basic combat training in the summer. One of my sergeants would give me a ride each month to the drills because we lived in the same town. And she was good friends with my mom. Carpooling made more sense for what was roughly a 1.5 to 2 hour drive. One of those months, I woke up early in the morning to make the 8 o'clock formation time. My sergeant would pick me up around 6. So, I wake up, and put on the uniform that was issued to me by my state's National Guard unit. She picked me up, and we head out. About 30 minutes later, we're going through a neighboring town, and we stopped at a gas station. She exclaimed that she was in a rush and was out of regs. Out of regulations. As in, she was wearing slippers with a uniform. She said she was gonna put her boots on when we made it to the armory. But we're a bit strapped for time. So she wants me to go in. I think, sure I can go in. I ask, what do you want? Quote. She said she would like some Newports. The blue ones. I gave her a puzzled look and was like, quote. Are you sure? Quote. In my state, at the time, 18 was the legal age to purchase tobacco products. She said, yeah, I'm sure. Now go ahead. I don't want you to be late. She handed me a $20 bill. I assumed she knew what she was asking of me, since she follows my mom's Facebook, and should be well aware that I had just turned 17. As a teen, I was too shy to speak up about the matter, so I just went with it. I got out of the car, walked into the gas station, and said, can I get 2 packs of the Newports? The blue ones? Quote. The cashier rang me up and said, can I see some ID? Quote. At this point, I'm a bit worried, but I just told myself, well, this E6 sort of gave me an order, so it's not really my fault. I reached into my left breast pocket and handed him my military ID. He examined it, flipped it around, and saw that I'm only 17. He said, I don't think I can sell you these. Oh come on. I'm in uniform, I say, a little nervously while gesturing to my clothes. Can't you help me out here? Quote. Hesitantly. He said, well, all right, but just this once. To my surprise, I bought the cigarettes, this being my first time, and I carried them back to the car. I get in, hand the cigarettes and the remainder of the money to her, and we begin driving off. She said, so, they had the blue Newports there? Nice. I said, yes, Sergeant. I'm a bit surprised they sold it to me. But I got them like you asked. She glanced at me sideways and said, surprised? Why would you be? Did he give you a hard time? Quote. I answered, well, yes. I'm only 17. She widened her eyes and said, wait, you're only 17? Quote. Yes, Sergeant. I thought you knew. No, I didn't know. Why would you buy these if you're underage? Especially in uniform? Quote. Well, Sergeant, you told me to. That's why. She sighed, laughed a little, and said, I can't believe you did that. Do not tell your mom about this. She would kill me if she knew I had you buy cigarettes." I chuckled a bit. And said, "Yes, Sergeant." End of story. Next story. That loud humping in the restaurant bathroom. So I am working in a nearby restaurant and cafe for some cash to fix my bicycle, and I have been working there for like 2 or 3 months. The pay is overall good and I got the cash to fix my bicycle. Now this isn't the story. The story starts here. A couple of days ago as I was working, I went to the janitor's room to get a broom. As I was at the door I heard a rather loud humping. Continuous humping. So I entered the male bathroom and say 4 legs in a single stall. I stood there still processing the entire scene. Then I heard a lady moan. I processed the entire scene. A couple was F*C king in the bathroom. The couple's heart was too bold for this thing. Now I proceeded to knock on the stall and the humping suddenly stops. A rather deep voice says, "Yeah, who is that?" Quote. I remain silent and then they continue. So I called the manager and he thought I was joking. So I brought him to the bathroom and they are still in the bathroom F*C king. He stands there stunned for a moment thinking how the hell this couple has the balls to F*C in a public place. Time passes and the couple's table is the last table there. So I hatch a plan. I tell the manager to call the rest of the workers and get chairs. So we set some chairs in the bathroom in front of the F*C king stall. As soon as the couple gets out they stand there, with their untidy yet unzipped pants. So the managers say, "Pay for your table and get the F*C off my restaurant. Have kids in your home, not in my bathroom stalls." So they paid. Left embarrassed and silent. All the workers including me and the manager burst out laughing in tears. Now this isn't the first time here. I got a lot of stories I will share later on. Expect more stories in the future. End of story. Next story. Oil's well that ends well. 24 comments. Share save hide report 98% upvoted. End of story. Next story. The most beautiful girl I have ever met. Part 2. HII friends hand waving. This is the second part of the story. If you haven't read the first, you could easily find it in my profile. I hope you read from the start. Hugging face. Her smile. Her eyes. Her nose. Her cheeks. Her eyebrows. Her forehead. Her hair. Her lips. Her fingers makes me realize she is a form of art. She is the work of an artist. She makes me believe in God a lot more because I don't think a normal human or science could describe her. She is heavenly and maybe God drew her in his leisure. I think God was so impressed that he gave his painting life and placed her on earth. I couldn't see her all the time. She and her friends changed places quite often. We had a whole compartment of the train to us. I have no idea whether she noticed me. I would be surprised if she did. I became friends with the boys of my team and I didn't ask them anything about her. I wanted to approach her and talk to her. But I couldn't. I have never been in love and I never talk to a girl unless it's mandatory. I am not even friends with girls of my class. I am not an introvert. I have a lot of friends and all of them are boys. I usually approach girls for homework and pen. I don't think I ever had a conversation with them for anything else. Because I never felt the need. 6 days passed away. The tournament was over. We were the first state football team to win a medal. We got 3rd place and I played every minute. It was a great achievement for me and I was so happy. We were returning home and I only had a few hours to talk to her. I was seeing the sunset through the windows. Enjoying the view. I didn't realize she had taken a seat just opposite to mine. Sunset and the love of your life. What more could you ask for? She was blushing watching the sunset. I literally got goosebumps. It was like lotuses blooming on her cheeks. She was enjoying the scenery and I was looking at her. She was the eighth wonder of the world for me. I felt like I don't even deserve to talk to her. Who am I? I am just an average guy. I closed my eyes and thought about it for some time. My heart asked me to talk, but my brain had other ideas. It just wouldn't let me start a conversation. It was a civil war, and like every other war that happened in the face of the earth, nobody won. I opened my eyes to the most mesmerizing sight of my life. She was looking at me with a smile on her face. She waved her hands and said hi. Story will be continued tomorrow. Smile. Thank you for reading. Please do give me your feedback. DM or comment. It doesn't matter. Few people motivated me through their messages and comments after reading the first part. Thank you for that. I will see you friends tomorrow. Black Heart. End of story. That is all for today. If you want to support my automated channel, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. See you tomorrow.